Hello and welcome to the Oversharing Mum, where we continue the conversation around fertility. And today specifically, we would like to talk to you about exercise. So just like nutrition, everybody talks about exercise. And just like with nutrition and all the diets that are out there, my goodness, how many programs are out there, from anything from dance to running to biking, all these different opportunities and possibilities, but trainers as well with their views on exercise. So to simplify matters, just what do we mean by exercise? By no means do we mean that you need to sign up to a gym. By no means are we trying to tell you to take some sort of supplements to start building stronger muscles. We are not trying to change anything or make you enter to run a marathon or a triathlon or anything like that. What we're trying to say is our bodies are built for movement. And so it's an extremely important thing to honor that, because we are born to move. Actually, I think my husband told me about the fact that if we are an animal that is actually capable of so much movement, that we would actually outrun any other animal, as in terms of consistency. So yes, there are other predators that are faster, but they do like bursts of energy in order to get their prey. However, we can run consistently for a very long time, hence the marathon. I just mentioned the marathon, so it just came to me. But Sean was telling me about the fact that we're really capable of running for a very long time. But anyway, that's the point. Is our bodies, again, we're built for movement. So we're not trying to make you do anything that's uncomfortable or anything that you don't want to do. In fact, we would encourage you to embrace things that you enjoy. If you like dancing, then just a little bit of dancing around the kitchen. It's just introducing something that feels comfortable and fun. But as a rule of thumb, especially if you're just starting to consciously try to exercise, and then 30 minutes a day is a really good rule of thumb to start. And the consistency. So it has to be, when we say a day, like every day. If you go for a walk, if you have a dog, of course that helps. That's beneficial for both of you. But it's just to get into the routine of movement. So it could be a walk, and then maybe you can make it a slightly faster walk, so you get that heart beating a little bit faster, but work at your own pace. And then if you want to introduce just during the day, we live in such a world where we have cars that take us places, we have trains, we have planes. So our movement is called buses. Our movement is constantly limited. Then we arrive at an office where we sit at a desk, where, right now you're probably watching it at a computer or on your phone. So the way that we live kind of limits our movement. And there is progress in a lot of things that we're doing, but there are also things that are setting us back, because we're doing less, we're moving less. So now we need to be aware of it and make a conscious effort, because our bodies are meant to move. It's crucially important. And one of the reasons is, why is it important for us to move?
So one of the main benefits is that it helps with blood flow and circulation, which then helps deliver nutrients and oxygen to all organs that allow the body to function well. It also gets you into baby making mode, because it starts strengthening muscles like your heart. Because when you're pregnant, your heart is going to work 50 times more. So it's going to be doing, a lot more work to cradle your new life and to also support you. So it's really important that your body is able to do that, and it's fit, and you're getting used to that movement prior to being pregnant, even, so that it can sustain the pregnancy later on. With it'll just be a little bit easier for it. It doesn't have to work harder, and it's just like a shock, like, oh sugar, like I've got to do this. And it was by no way planning on that. It had no exposure to that kind of stress, or the level of working.
To make it a bit easier, yeah, but also it releases endorphins. So that's another thing that actually a lot of trainers do mention, that you'll feel better. But in that, specifically with fertility, when we have this release of the endorphins, it's a happy hormone. And why is it so important? Well, it's again goes back to the mental state and the emotional state. If we having the experience of this kind of happiness is just yet another trigger, yet another message that we are approaching, or we are in a favorable environment, so that we can open up and allow ourselves to get pregnant. So it's just,
and it reduces stress,
and it reduces stress. Absolutely,
it has a really positive impact on your mental and emotional
mental health in general. Like there is a huge link between exercise and mental health, and of course how we are mentally is hugely important for anything, for us doing anything in life, and specifically to get pregnant.
I think it's even changed people's lives. Like they could have been on a bad route, and then they just start exercising, start training, and then that puts them in a more positive, focused mindset that then it just has an overall positive impact on your life. And I suppose specifically for fertility, another thing is also did you have more on that?
Well, I just wanted to say just more about the fact that it's a great self-care element anyway. So if we start looking at when we did the affirmations, one of our affirmations, the last one, was about supporting ourselves. Well, in order to support ourselves, there needs to be this kind of huge level of self-care. We need to be really looking after ourselves, and we need to understand what self-care means. Like if we're treating ourselves with something bad, that is not self-care, that is not getting us anywhere. So it's really important to understand that self-care is not what we might want as a treat, but it's what our body would perceive as a treat, like having the right nutrients, like having enough water that we drink, exercise, just doing the affirmations, feeling happy, and going for a walk in nature, so that's helping our emotional state and mental state.
And it also helps with better sleep. So the more you exercise, you feel happier. It might even tackle things, insomnia issues, or whatever. It just makes you sleep better, which is a really important thing, because your body can heal, it can repair itself. Whatever renews on a daily basis can do that. Some take a bit longer, but it just allows the body to be in that rested state, and it just
that renewal is hugely important, because we'd also talked in another video about this renewal, how every organ actually renews completely. So it means even if you had any issues with, or any problems with whatever, but if you make those lifestyle different choices, healthier choices, you're supporting yourself so that cell renewal is then, you're getting back to health. And that's where sleep comes in, because if we sleep well, then actually it gives the opportunity for that restoration, for that healing, and for that repair. And as the new cells, this renewal takes place, you're just getting like a stronger, better womb, for example, therefore
which
prepping yourself
month,
for pregnancy. Yeah, I mean it's remarkable. And again, be gentle with yourself. If it's shocking to you that you have to start don't think of it as exercise. It's just movement. Just go for a walk, in the park, wherever, and then see if you
being
can start.
outdoors helps, I think.
Yeah, just enjoy being outdoors. Like
so
your personal experience was that's something that really
helped me conceive, like on my journey, getting the dog and just being outdoors more. When you're outside and you have fresh air and you're seeing all the greenery and it looks so beautiful, I didn't have a space in my mind to be dwelling on the grief of not conceiving. Like I didn't even think about it once when I was outdoors. So for me, that really, really had a huge impact on my journey. And now I'm on baby number 3. And with my son, I didn't need any fertility treatment or medication, and the same with this one. Whereas with Zara, it was 2.5 years and I had to take medication. So there's been that change and that growth, from that first one. And definitely being outdoors helped a lot, just, walking and enjoying nature. Yeah,
so that's another mini challenge to try to incorporate in your daily. It's not even a challenge, like if it can become the norm, then you will definitely feel the benefits of that on many levels. So that's definitely highly recommended.
That's like an all-rounder, because
Yeah.
it's physical, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
It's so holistic with how you're feeling.
Definitely. And write to us, what type of exercise do you like? You know, do you do yoga? Do you just go for walks? Or do you like to ride a bike? Do you just dance in the kitchen? You know, whatever it is, let us know. Maybe we'll discover something interesting to try ourselves.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us.
Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.